Fly away, find your way back home. And if you see a light, fly away home. And fly away, find your way back home. And if you see a light, fly away home. Find your way back home. And if you see a light, fly away home.
Well, so glad to have you here. These musicians are incredible. This combination of bands is incredible. Billy Wadsworth, Reuben Bullock, thank you so much for being here, and welcome to CKUA's Beresh Arts Den.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to be here.
It's such a joyful feeling to hear your music, and I mean, I've been such a fan of the work that you've been crafting together since the first collaboration came out. You know, the first song we worked on together, a Reuben in the Dark song, came out a couple of years ago, and Time Lapse Clouds.
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful sound you've crafted. I love hearing it in this intimate space, in this scaled down acoustic fashion. Absolutely spine tingling. Can you wind it all the way back and tell us, where did these two bands, what was the spark for these two projects to come together in the first place?
Yeah. We've been talking about it a little bit at these shows, and I kind of revisit it in a different way every time. I think the most interesting and notable thing about this project is just that it wasn't ever planned or intended. We met in a way where Billy was going to come and play some drums for a dancer friend, and he sang a couple melodies over something when we were in rehearsal, and everyone kind of stopped, and I think I immediately was like, "Can you do more of that? What was that?" And he kind of worked through some his traditional Blackfoot style singing, which he was going to do for this drummer, into, I forget what song it was. And we had this show the following day, and we kind of had an hour in the studio together. And so we worked through maybe 4 or 5 songs really fast, just to be like, okay, it felt like just this really special thing that we wanted to capture and try and show to people. So that was in the summer of either 2020 or 2021. Yeah, one of those. And
I'm thinking it was 2022.
I don't think so. I think we're almost going on 4 years for
okay.
sure. Maybe close to 5.
Yeah, it was around COVID, end of COVID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there we took it to the stage, and at the time too there was a heightened sense of pain, and in Canada the residential schools had just kind of like hit the news, and it was all across Canada, these mass burial sites, and we were about to play the Calgary Stampede, and it felt just strange in a certain way. We were going to do this quintessential cowboy thing. We have a lot of Indigenous friends, so I had asked a friend to come and just kind of be on stage with us and dance. I didn't want to say a big thing about it. I just didn't want to ignore that wasn't happening at that exact moment, and us just playing a concert like it's any other day.
Yeah.
So there was an intention to just show some visibility, to say like, hey, like these are our friends, on a personal level. And so it was cool that was the moment that kind of culminated to become the beginning of this collaboration, because in my heart there was a sense of like, how can I be a part of showing support in some kind of way that, and one thing led to another, and we got off the stage. People kind of were like losing their minds in the audience. It was wild because a lot of Indigenous people showed up too. And for me to hear that, like, I don't know what you call it, like the hooting and hollering of
war
a different
cries.
War cries.
Yeah.
Yeah, of a different kind. And I mean, I remember just getting chills and goosebumps and being like, whoa, this is, what are we doing? And we all, like, I think we were all just vibrating after the show.
Yeah. I think it's important to say that Reuben has been in many communities, Indigenous communities. He's got a well-established relationship with a number of nations across Canada. And when I found that out, I really became really trusting of Reuben so quick. I saw his friends and circle of friends, and it was all good energy and good feelings. And I think that right away, myself and my family, our singers, just we opened our hearts right away to it. And that doesn't happen, quickly, for us to become so trusting, and I think Reuben being, kind of like a visionary, we see that he's able to he's a leader, brings people in, tell our story, let's sit down together and create some things, and so it's very inspiring to be around Reuben. I don't tell him to his face. First time,
I know. I'm here. I'm getting emotional.
First time he's probably ever heard me talk that way of him. But this is very important for me to say, because I don't want people to misinterpret Reuben as trying to become that person that is trying to connect with Indigenous people right now. He's already had those long-standing relationships, and so, which is why we became so trusting so quickly. When we first did the first shows, our genre or our realm of singing is powwow singing, and so we sing at powwows and we sing for dancers, and we're not really the focus of attention hardly, and we very much just sit on the sides. The drums sit all around the outsides of the circle. The dancers are inside, and we sing songs specific to all those dances. And to be kind of like on stage singing, performing these songs with Reuben is very nerve-wracking. First of all, yeah, it's very new to us, and we had to adjust really fast, and so it's an ongoing thing where we're adjusting to that. Typically, we in our culture, in our Blackfoot ways, we're always like kind of like nobody's elevated above each other. We're always kind of like equal, and we don't like to talk about ourselves and and that our accolades and all that. We get people to speak for us, and that's the proper way to do it. Hey, otherwise you're showing off, So on stage we can't not be on stage and sing. So we're kind of like just building that confidence and that cultural, cultural understanding within ourselves to say, okay, well, we paid our dues. We've been a drum group since 1998, and well, we might as well take another step and bring our voices to another place. And this was that thing, you know. So I just wanted Reuben to know that. I never heard him. I never told him that yet. But we really have a strong relationship now, and it's not new. It's been 4 or 5 years now already. So, and we're always visiting, talking. Reuben comes to my place. Families get together. We eat. We visit. You know, it's just. And he's come to our ceremonies, Reuben. So, you know, these things are built over time. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Well, I appreciate that a lot, and the window in return, you know, being able to call Billy and the rest of the guys, and we're family, and it's wild because, you know, we live so close to each other in Canada with Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, and know so little about each other, and it's been a really, really cool window in to Blackfoot culture and community through ceremonies and powwows and just spending time like backstage. I love it. I love hearing like the band talk to each other. You know, like when we're not even there, that's like one of my favorite things is when everyone's together backstage, because we bring in a lot of other people too. We have some dancers and people in, you know, management and production, and you have this big extended family, and I love just seeing it like kind of mold together and like form really strong friendships and relationships beyond just what we're doing when we put a song onto a record.
It feels like a big traveling family.
But it has been an absolute honor to be linked up with Billy and everyone else, and to have that trust to say like, hey, I think we can do this, you know, like, do you want to do this together? Like, we're on the road with a really hectic tour schedule right now. And I know you guys jumped in pretty blind, not knowing what like a indie band tour looks like in Canada, you know, because we played these big theaters and things and had some really amazing shows. But now we're, you know, some of these stops we're playing a pub in the middle of nowhere, you know, and
then driving for 12 hours.
And no idea, real expectation of what's going to happen at the show, and so it's really been a surrender, and I mean, I'm honored for that trust, and I think it's all coming together in a spot where we're both a little vulnerable doing it, for sure, you know, because what are people going to think, and what are the comments, and it's such a heightened time, again, consistently with relationships in Canada, and we're trying our best to demonstrate something that's positive, but of course there's going to be some backlash and hesitation, or, you know, it's just how it works when you try to do something that you really believe in, you hit some walls, and so it's been really cool to just do that together and share that desire to like take this to the people.
Started out with my head like a thundercloud, but the rain keeps coming down. Wash away my pride. Wash away my tears. And wash away my fear. Wash away now. Started out with 2 headlights on a highway headed south. The road keeps running now. And wash away my tears. Wash away now. Power, I'm powerful.
a lot of soul and a lot of work has gone into what you've created together. And you've both been doing this a long time. I mean, with your respective projects. I know, Billy, as you mentioned, the Bullhorn Singers goes back to the 1990s. What is the significance of the project and of the name in particular?
So my brother and I, so my late brother, his name was Suatsikkiman. That means the tail feathers of the eagle. And we grew up in a place called Stamiksootskina, which is quite literally the horn of the buffalo bull. And it's an area by Cardston, southern Alberta. And our clan is from there. Our clan is the Muudusputeeks. And incidentally, the Muudusputeek clan is called the All Tall People clan. And you look at us, we're mostly all tall. I'm 6'4", my late brother's 6'5", and it just kind of goes. At our next show, Reuben, you're going to see all the guys again, and you'll realize, holy smokes, there's some big boys in there. But that's the area. Born and raised singing. My dad, my uncles sang, extended relatives, grandma, it's a singing culture. The Blackfoot culture is, hey. We have so many ceremonies, and the ceremonies are basically to renew relationships with all of nature, all of Mother Nature, So consequently, we have songs for all things: water, earth, sky, the water beings, sky beings. We have songs for everything. And we have the collective responsibility as Blackfoot people to make sure that all things living are taken care of on our traditional lands and our territories. And most Indigenous people from this land will tell you the same thing, that they have a collective responsibility to ensure all things living live good and well, And so that's why we always say our culture is a singing culture. We have so many ceremonies that renew these life cycles and these relationships. And being a singer, growing up, in a singing family, we have to learn those songs. It's very, very important that these songs never change. We don't change them. And so there's a particular way you move your voice and the way you shake your voice at certain points of the songs. It's all become a particular way of singing that our people do. I like to say it's a very unique sound, And so being pre-contact, that was our life, pre-contact. Afterwards, there was an interruption, and in our language we say, it shook for a little bit. But now it's coming back. We're getting renewed. We're getting stronger as people. We're learning, living in two worlds. We're adjusting, and we're still maintaining who we are. And so every morning I used to. It's a little kind of difficult to talk about, but I used to hear my great grandmother, who was praying. Prayer is a big part of our day, and she'd be praying for all people. And as a young person, when I left the reserve, it was a culture shock to me, because that's where I first experienced racism. And so I'd come home, Grandma would be praying every day for all people, not just our people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody. And it used to kind of make me kind of feel funny, because those ones that were mean to me, she's praying for them.
Right.
And so with that young mind, you're getting exposed to a way of being humble, a way of being caring of all things, And so that's my exposure to our ceremony and our song life, is that still Grandma would still pray for those, because she said they're on our lands. We still have a responsibility to ensure good life on our lands for all people, all kids, 7 generations on. How deep that thinking is, even though we've been oppressed, So right now it's just like, it's all gravy to me, the music, It's like, I've dealt with those hard stuff myself, as my own self. And now I'm just wanting to now share, help, bring worlds together. And this is a perfect opportunity to do it with the band,
It really is.
Yeah.
And not only bringing worlds together, but creating something brand new at the same time. And I think it's so inspirational that, this isn't just, two artists coming together and doing their things respectively. It's like you're really having to meet each other in a whole new place artistically. And we're so grateful for your being here and sharing this music and this conversation with us. And maybe just finally, like, what's it been like to write music together? I know the two of you have sat down in a room and, come up with some of these songs that we're hearing today in CKUA studios. What's that experience been like for you personally and artistically?
Yeah, I think it's just been exciting because it feels like uncharted territory for me. I have my own process, and then which often doesn't even involve my band,
Right.
where I kind of sit down and I get all the things, and we really attempted to get all of the things started and worked on and mostly finished in the room all together. I mean, from the first time, we just I guess the process is soaking up whatever everyone is feeling or going through and allowing the room to kind of fill with something until it's like, oh, okay, that could be something, and then flesh it out. And some of that is, Billy will start with a lyric or a melody, and then us trying to be like, okay, what's the time signature of that? How does that work? We speak very different languages musically, and it's cool to be able to meet somewhere. It really is like collaborating with someone that you don't speak the same language, and trying to do something beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just been really interesting to see how we can kind of like rearrange and rethink what we do, and they do the same, and we find the middle ground while keeping authenticity to what I do and keeping authenticity to what Billy does. Like, we're not blending these vocals that would be much easier to sing if it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, it would be a lot easier to put that into a portion of a song instead of having to like keep what is unique in Blackfoot about the melodies and obviously the lyrics intact inside of one of our songs, and not just have it be this for the good of the people, fun collaboration jam with music. That's like, we want songs.
Yeah,
like that's really the intention with this. Can we write songs that you can listen to if you like powwow music and get introduced to us, or
Right.
our fans can come, vice versa. Our fans come in and like, whoa, what is that? And like it's not gonna isolate any one of our listeners, and the intention is that it can pull them all together into a song that you actually just could passively listen to on the radio and say, oh, that's a great song. You don't need to know the backstory.
Sure.
We're not trying to front load it with the story and the maybe the politics or whatever around it. We really want the song to travel. So, because they're almost, some of them are like pop structures and stuff. And
right.
So it's been, on my side, it's been super interesting to try and like land with these songs. Yeah.
Yeah, the Reuben tells us go, and we take off singing.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
No, it's been well, like I said, like I can't sing. Like, it's been tough for me. Like, we don't sing on the beat, so when we sing, I'll just do an example. Abe someone da say, abe someone da say, no da say, no da say. You hear that?
Yeah.
It's off the beat.
Right.
And so when we're singing Western type music, folk music, we got to sing on the beat to keep everybody else on the flow, So that's been a kind of a little difficulty for us, just to sing on the beat, like, hey, hey, hey. And we get into that rhythm. So that, first of all, is one of the major clashes of, differences in the way we sing. And then we can't be anybody else than ourselves. So when we're singing, Reuben always says, you guys, I tell him, how was that? Was that okay? And Reuben's like, yeah, it sounds good. You sound Blackfoot. Like, oh, okay.
It's cool because you don't have anything to really measure it by either.
Right.
So like, what's a good vocal take?
Right. There's no template for this collaboration. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really fun, actually. We just or one time in the studio, remember we dimmed the lights
Yeah.
on the song "Turn Off the Lights" and on the
yeah.
album.
I wondered about that.
Yeah.
we
did.
said okay.
Those were actual instructions
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right away, I was like, okay, this is a ceremony now, guys.
Yeah.
Turn off the lights or
Yeah.
turn down the lights. We're gonna go into ceremony now. And the lights went dim. And then that song we
Yeah.
flowed that came out right there.
Yeah.
We just started singing.
Wow.
That's way hey, hey, and we started that flow, and then they started playing.
Yeah.
Then they sang an English version, Blackfoot version. It just went, and we sang way longer than we should have because we were all in the moment. We felt that energy. So that was really awesome.
And that turned into the first song on the album.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the album is All These Roads. It's just out in spring 2025. And Billy Wadsworth, Reuben Bullock, what an incredible joy this has been. Thank you so much for bringing your inspired music and musicians and your inspired selves to CKUA. It's such a privilege.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Eye of the eagle, eye of the storm. I am the water, I am the war, the valley, the vein, the blood, and the blade. Child of the morning, child of the night. I am the mother, I am the sky, the rust and the rain, the truth and the shame. Can't take my heart away. Can't take my, you can't